3.1 Practice and Research. After completing Project 2, I have now started to move forward in my sketchbook. Still working in the format of mind maps. I have been taken a seat and started to write down new ideas that my research has moved towards, bullet pointing and note making. Reviewing and constantly making and being aware of my creative and critical strategies. So a lot of this paperwork is just clarifying everything really up to the point of end of Project 2, moving on to Project 3. Also as well, I'd been engaging with an audience, popping work onto Facebook and Instagram, and also at work with clients. A client sent me a very nice email on an art discussion that we had, and she'd also been looking at my work on Instagram, so she gave me some feedback here, which was very positive. And then what I've been doing through here are making bullet pointed important notes in my research, bringing forward ideas from Project 2. A lot of writing, which is obviously making the application of critical strategies, and working with some initial ideas from Project 2, playing around with the idea of shapes and squares that started to appear, and part of my gut feeling was to go with some of these ideas. At the beginning of Project 3, I still work with the theme of a creative dyslexic and started to put some ideas together and drawings. Wanted to start off with some drawing to begin Project 3 and just clarify parts of my understanding. Through here, I started to look at the connections of materials and want to investigate tins of spray paint that you get in graffiti art and start to bring this into transforming materials. And by doing this, I wanted to capture elements from Project 2, and so I started to move forward with the previous sample making and thought about transforming existing samples. So I've overlaid my samples, as you can see here, with spray paint, with some very interesting outcomes, and then more problem solving and more ideas about a creative dyslexic with the work from creative playgrounds and the work from triangles, three-dimensional felt studies that I'd put together, and starting to build up this induction to move forward. And then the creative playground samples I again sprayed with spray paint. Interesting thing about this did start to look at new research to do with tension, and the elastic in these pictures actually reacted with the paint and start to shatter and snap, which was an interesting discovery. Collecting photographs I think's important, and also we can see here photographic evidence which will be seen on my blog of how I'd manipulated and transformed other materials. The pink and the yellow perspex clear overlays, the triangles constructed three-dimensionally, and then interestingly the spray paint on the white roll of lining paper was actually leaving the shadows and silhouettes of drawings and mark making. This went down well with Instagram feedback with other fellow students, and it also came up in topic of conversation with a creative conversation at level 3 meeting. So all in all, a successful start to Project 3.